How's everybody doing? I just trying to keep all of you in, or keep my work kind of in frame, so you can kind of see what I'm doing, not necessarily see my face. Y'all know how ugly I am, so I don't think I need to continue to show you that. So I'm gonna do a few things here. To this guy, this is one of my pride and joys here. This is my 920 Jonsered. I got it from a fella in Illinois. She's a great running saw. I'm gonna do a handle swap on it because I finally got me one of these. So we're gonna swap that in, hopefully, if it's not too bent. I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if it's bent or not. It doesn't seem like it's bent. Could be though. If it is, it shouldn't be too difficult to bend back, but I'm going to try to do a handle swap on it. No, it looks like it's a little flared out to clear the clutch cover. So, this is my 920. There's a video, oh man, a couple years back, around when I started my channel, of this saw running, and I haven't run it much since. So I've really been into the Jonsereds here lately. I finally decided to just stick with just a couple brands, and Jonsereds is one of them. My Jonsereds, Poland, and Dolmar, Sax Dolmar. That's going to be the three that I stick to. One, I got a Swedish brand, I got an American brand, and I got a German brand. So yeah, I have steels. I acquired them. When I acquired them, I like them well enough. Parts are still relatively easy to get, so I'll keep them, for that fact. But this saw, I'm going to port it. I'm going to port it. And I'm going to port it because, why not, right? I can. It's a 87cc saw, so, not just about a 90 cc class. This saw, when done right, will run harder than a 288, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why right now. 288 has a very similar cylinder to this. Oh, wait, I think I have a 288 cylinder. I can show you. So the 288s are the exact same bore and stroke as these 920s are. And I'll tell you why the 920 will run with a 288. It's heavier. It is. It is heavier. But a 920 will run with a 288 because the port layout is like this. It's very similarly shaped, right? You got it's an open transfer system through the piston. Both of them are that way. But look at the size of those windows there, that lower port. See that? Okay. Now, look at this cylinder. Alright, imagine this still has the skirt that comes around here, right here. Look how much bigger the lower port is. Alright. But not only is that a factor, the 920s were always known to be torque monsters, right? And That's one of the reasons, is because of the size of the lower transfers, right? Let's that where you can see it. Okay, big difference. Now the biggest difference is old Johnny Red back in the day was like, when they designed their 910s, they kept a similar style as their 90, right? And their 90 was case fed, was fed through the cases. So when they designed their 910, they kept that, right? You see that feed ramp right there? And they're just like, oh, you know, it's already a good design, we'll just keep it going, right? So they kept it through the 910, 920. These cases aren't like 910 cases though, completely different. Just have the feed ramp there. And they changed the cylinder back to more the 288 style. And then when the 930 come out and they started utilizing the feed ramps in the case, they're like, oh, well, this saw makes more power now. So they actually started modifying cylinders at the dealers to take advantage of being fed through the case like this. Let's see if I can get a light on that. See, it just feeds right on up from the case. So that allows that saw to make more power. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna build a 288 killer. That's what I'm gonna build. All these husky guys talking smack and drooling over 288s. Wait till they see this thing. Everybody's gonna want one. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm gonna use this cylinder or not. I might use it because it's already been machined out and it's still a good cylinder. Just needs to be cleaned up. Yeah, probably deglazed with a new piston. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Missing part of that little cylinder fin, but that'll never hurt anything. And I don't even think there's a few videos on YouTube. I'm sure there's always a few of some ported Jonsereds, but not a whole lot, I don't think. Here, that's what I'm looking for. Well, I thought that's what I was looking for. Maybe not. Maybe it's in here. Guys, I got so much stuff scattered all over the place right now that it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. I may have to find it. There's a little thingamabob right there that's supposed to go there. Alright, I got it. I'm back. This will probably be a long video, so just warning y'all. You have been warned. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is I need to pull this clutch cover off because I'm going to replace it with this other one that I got. And I'm going to send this one on up to a buddy who needs one. It's still in really good shape. It's just got a crack in it, and I found one that don't have a crack. So I'm just like, you know, why not? And the crack can easily, this whole clutch cover can be cleaned up, and the crack can be easily repaired. with some JB Weld on the inside. That's what I would do. But that's the cover that's coming off of it. The crack is right here. Not too bad. This is the cover that's going on it. I put that decal on there last night. This is a never been used cover here. So I'm pretty stoked about that. We're gonna strip this handle off here. A lot of these Swedish saws use 8mm hex head bolts. So if you see a hex head bolt, it's most likely 8mm, and a lot of your socket caps are 4mm with a let's see, with a thread pitch of, what is it? 0.8 is what it is. So thread pitch of 0.8. Alright, now this particular handle piece has a it's got a threaded screw in here that holds this handle to the alright, so this handle slips in over one of these. Where's that? Oh no, I just dumped. Oh no, I didn't. Thank goodness. I thought I just dumped a bunch of stuff. Let's see if I can find one real quick for you. I don't see one. You'll see it when I pull it off. But there's an anti-vibe mount here, in the bottom of this, in here, and it's slipped in. So I'm just gonna, you just pull that out of there. Okay. All right, that is broke loose. So I'm about to use a little bit of persuasion to see if that'll pop out here. Pull on it. Might need to pry on it a little bit. Get something in up underneath there. But that may not work either. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm having to take apart the recoil. Well, that sucked. Alright, so I'm taking apart I had to take apart the recoil to get to this anti-vibe mount here, and I gotta remove this shield that holds. Jonsered, this particular model seemed to be pretty good about protecting its anti-vibe mounts. Which is something that they weren't super good at early on, to be honest. See if I can move this diffuser just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now that should just pull out of there. Yeah. should have just went ahead and removed this whole thing. So, when y'all do this, go ahead and remove the shield completely. That little mount, there's only one screw holding it on. I guess it's fitted to that cavity there and comes out fairly easily once the single screw that holds it in is released. Come on now. Not sure what's holding that. Just need a little elbow grease is all. So here's the anti-vibe mount that I'm going to try to get off here. I mean, it's almost like it's seized on here. Hasn't been taken off in so long. So I'm gonna see if I can break it loose here without messing it up. I have another one. If I do, there it goes. I'll just be using a new one. That's fine. It's not that big a deal. But I would like my little strap back. Yeah, it's just corroded in is what it did. Yeah, it just corroded. Interesting. Let's see if I can find another one. Yeah, here it is. Here's one. One right there. But I'll be using the same strap here. Alright. So that goes here. And we're going to bring the 920 back up here. See if we can't get this thing fitted in here. Come on. What it is this thing is like very, it's flared in that one spot, and that makes it hard to get down in there is what it does. Come on. Yeah, I probably should have done this off camera so that way I could act like I knew what I was doing, huh? Because I obviously do not know what I'm doing at all. So, yeah. Go ahead and put this set screw back in here. Well, don't go in sideways and strip it out. That would not be fun, huh? Let's go blow it out some. Okay, that should work there. Yeah, alright. Now we're in business. Alright, now let's do this. There's a piece here that if I was to remove it would probably be a lot easier. To put it on. Let's do this here. Let's take off these particular top covers had a downfall. They weren't very good as far as filtration, so they upgraded it with the 930s. And that's one reason why it's so hard to find 930 covers, is because a lot of the good running 920s were converted. And the 930s used a different a different type of filter and all kinds of stuff. The filter was much better in the 930s than the 920s. Well, when all else fails, a little bit of persuasion, huh? There we go. We're almost there. Just got to get this tarp thing up underneath here. Maybe. Possibly. Come on, you know you want to. Let's see if I can't get that in there. Okay, well, let's take that out and see if this will situate a little more. Yeah, there we go. Now we can poke that down in there and get that situated a little better. Haha. you will do as I say. Maybe. Maybe you will. Okay, there's the top. Or the hole there that screws got to thread through. Alright, let's see if I can reach it. If I don't end up losing the... This is where the little ball thing comes in handy. And yeah, if you haven't noticed, this is going to be a long one. No. Still needs to be pulled up some more. Alright, that should work there. Yep. Alright. Haha, success. Alright, got that part down. Alright, now the little protector can go back on there. And then we can put the recoil back on. Trying to think. I got little bunch of those little Jonsered washers. I need to put all the washers back on the recoil screws. Probably wouldn't hurt to blow this thing off while I got it pulled down halfway. Alright. Hold that. Alright. When I find them, I'll worry about it. I don't have them right now. Won't immediately know where they are, so just not going to worry about it. I do want to point out that there were early recoils and late recoils on these saws. The early ones were cast magnesium, and the later ones were plastic. They look like this. Plastic. Their vent patterns are a lot different. These are all long slits, and the earlier one has a different venting pattern for it. They were just trying to shave weight. These saws were already heavy, so they were just trying to shave weight to be competitive. When you had saws like, let's see, this saw come out in 1983. So what was it? 1980, 1981, something like that. The 181 come out. So and that was one of the lightest power saws, power to weight wise, at the time, you know. It took steel, was it 4 years? Yeah, 1982. Took steel 4 years to come out with something that was better, and that was the that was actually the where is that coming from? Definitely not coming from crankcase because there's no oil right there. Steel came out with the 064 to combat the 181 and 281, and they were pretty successful because the 181 and or the 281, or not the 281, the 064 was the power to weight ratio king. That particular time period, they were fighting over, since all the old growth was gone, they weren't fighting over just big monster saws. They were fighting over power to weight. Whoever had the best power to weight ratio. So that's kind of a little bit of how that started. Just put these back in here. There we go. We got us a nice full wrap handlebar. Heck yeah, I've been wanting one of these for a while now. Alright, now I'm gonna do I need to change out the choke on this. So the choke that I have, because of I had a 930 filter on this at one point in time, and I swapped back because my buddy had an actual 930, and I was going to give him my 930 top to put on his actual 930, take the 920 filter off. And I kept this choke, not for any particular reason. I just honestly forgot to give it back. Forgot to send it back or take it out. Which I still have the top cover here. I still have yet to get it to him. So alright, this is what the filters look like on these things, and because I'll show you the reason why they were so hated. Okay. The reason why they were so hated is there's a little rubber gasket that goes in here that dry rots out, and without it, this thing doesn't seal very well. So that's the thing. Alright. So I'll show you the difference between the 920 and 930. So this is a 920 choke, right? It says choke on it. This is a 930 choke. And the reason why they're so different is because one of them needs to drop out of the way and clear the carburetor. Mine doesn't, because mine's a 920 and it's set up differently. So I'm going to put the appropriate choke back in there now that I have a bunch of them. Believe it or not, those 920 chokes used to be really hard to find. I've actually seen quite a few of them here on eBay recently. They're really expensive though. The guy wants a lot for them. Come here now. Oh, I hate when that happens. When you lose a screw down in there. Alright, there we go. Don't do that again. Alright, so there's a shutter. This thing goes here. Alright. This little shutter keeps the carb area clean. This back up here. Supposedly a 281, like a 281 two-piece ignition module will fit these and run. This one's a little different. Not crazy different though. Uh-oh. Oh, that was just... That wasn't anything. I get scared when things pop. Alright, new choke goes in. Actuates fine. This goes down on here. I tried to, I actually have a filter for one of these that has the rubber gasket in it, so I'm going to put that in here. I think I know how it works now. Yeah, see, it's not anything crazy. I think it just goes right in here like that, and then that sits down right there. And then this goes down over it. There's a little piece that probably goes there. Something's not right. Alrighty then. These pretty much finished. I got a recoil, or not a recoil, but a buck and spike coming for the case side, and I've got a clutch side spike right here that I'm going to put on. Goes just like that. So it's gonna look good once it's all done up, nice and pretty. Let's see. I got some. I should have some little. Yeah, here they are. I think these will fit these. Yeah, I believe so. Let's see if I can make this work here. Yeah, that should work. So the muffler is actually at my buddy's in California. The guy who does all my muffler mods, he's got my muffler for this right now. So looking forward to getting that back. But here it is. And we're gonna port it. It's not a bad saw, to be honest with you. I like those spikes. They'll work really good. Oh man, they'll hang in an underbuck like crazy. I know that for a fact. Gotta have good spikes for a good underbuck. If not, it's gonna look like crap. It's gonna be hard. But yeah, I'm super excited about this particular build. I found a place, and this thing's got so much compression. I got a guy. There's a place in Italy that I found a piston, and the piston looks really good. So I'm gonna put a new piston in this thing. I'm gonna deglaze this cylinder, put a new piston in it, and run it with one thick ring is what I'm gonna do after I port it. And we'll see how that works out. It should work out pretty good, to be honest. So, y'all ever have oh, okay, never mind. I know where it goes. Alright, well, that's about it. As far as, you know, everything that I kind of wanted to talk about, I gave you a general overview of the saw. These saws came out in like 1982, 82, 83, something like that. They were, you know, they were bigger than anything Husky had out at the time. So I think that kind of pushed Steel and Husqvarna to build the 060, 066 and the 066 and the 288. So I don't think it was the sole purpose, but I think there was some push there, because this saw right here was a competitor. It was a tank, man. A lot of people used them out in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm just so stoked. I got my full wrap for it. Do a buck and flip there, huh? He'll tilt that bar down. Yeah, I'm not quite as graceful with a power saw as he is. Y'all have a good one.